GPT-4 and Midjourney V5 just changed the world of AI forever. With GPT-4, you can now convert a drawing on a napkin into a functional website. Also, one of the most useful features we will have in GPT-4 is we can directly send any image to the AI and ask any question we have. It can even explain to you a joke from a series of images. On the other hand, Midjourney just launches the V5 version where you can now create images like this, or this one right here of Joe Biden eating a pizza. It seems like we're really going to get some next level of photorealistic art, which is going to be on a new level that we have not seen before. So let's dive right into both of them. Let's start off with GPT-4. So GPT-4 is a new version of the AI language model that is different from its previous version. It can now not only process text, but also images. It might also have the ability to process audio and video in the future, although it has not been demonstrated yet. If you go to openai.com/product/GPT-4, you can see right here, GPT-4 can now be able to process visual inputs, meaning you can input images and use them to provide additional context. For example, they put here a picture of some ingredients like eggs, milk, butter, and then ask GPT-4 what could be made with these ingredients. Here's the output that we got. It provides some different things that can be made using those ingredients. Here's another cool example of GPT-4's multimodal capabilities. Here, the user gave GPT-4 a photo of a refrigerator and asked it to come up with food recipes in under 60 seconds. And here's the result that we got. So basically, it scans the ingredients from the fridge, and based on that, it was able to give me some food items that can be made using those ingredients. You can draw a picture of a website on a piece of paper, take a photo of it, and send it to GPT-4 to create a functional website based on the drawing. In just 10 to 20 seconds, GPT-4 produced all the HTML, CSS, and JavaScript code needed to reproduce the website, which was then copied and pasted into an editor to create a fully functional product. This feature has impressed developers who have shared some cool examples on Twitter, like creating the game Pong within 60 seconds using GPT-4, or like creating a snake game with zero knowledge of JavaScript, all in less than 20 minutes. So GPT-4 can now explain a meme. This specific example, a user gave GPT-4 an image, asked what was funny about it, and to the answer of that, it was able to accurately identify all the elements in the photo. That the humor came from the absurdity of using an outdated VGA connector to charge a modern iPhone. Here's another example of a funny meme that combines two unrelated things: a beautiful picture of the Earth from space and chicken nuggets arranged in the shape of a world map. The amazing thing is that AI technology like GPT-4 is now able to understand humor like this. OpenAI has partnered with various companies to integrate GPT-4 into their products. One of the companies is Khan Academy, which has customized GPT-4 to work as a personal tutor for educational content. This means that people can use it to assist them with their learning. Whereas this app called Be My Eyes will use GPT-4 to create a visual assistant that can help identify and describe images in real time. This can be particularly helpful for people who are blind, as they can hold up their phone to an object or person, and the app will tell them what it looks like. There are some statistics on the research page of GPT-4 that show that GPT-4 is better than any other model out there in terms of cracking any exam. They tested GPT-4 against previous versions, and it outperformed them in various simulated exams. For example, GPT-4 scored in the 90th percentile on the uniform bar exam, while the previous version, GPT-3.5, only scored in the 10th percentile. Here's a chart that shows that GPT-4 is the most accurate in English, but also performs well in other languages like Italian, Spanish, German, and many, many more languages. GPT-4 can handle more than 25,000 words of text, which is a lot more than previous versions. This means it can be used for tasks like creating long content, having longer conversations, and analyzing documents. Here, the example given is about a URL and asking GPT-4 to describe Rihanna's Super Bowl performance and what made it special. This means GPT-4 can use information from other websites to give context to its answers. GPT-4 is more creative and can perform technical and writing tasks with more accuracy than previous models. For example, it can summarize a story like Cinderella using a unique method where each sentence starts with the next letter of the alphabet. This is a more complex task, and GPT-4 can do it easily. Also, GPT-4 is better at advanced reasoning compared to ChatGPT. For instance, if you need to schedule an appointment between two people with different schedules, GPT-4 can figure out a time that works for both of them more effectively than ChatGPT. If you want to use GPT-4 right now. You can use it on ChatGPT Plus, which is a paid version of ChatGPT. It has many limitations for now. It cannot process images or connect to the internet, so most of the cool stuff is not there yet. Although, if you want to test it out for free, you can go to Bing, as Bing is using their AI chatbot as GPT-4. Now, here are more cool use cases of GPT-4 that I found on Twitter. Here, GPT-4 can help you with drug discovery. It can even help you buy the compounds by sending an email for contact. It's like having a chemist to help you. GPT-4 can now help people with small lawsuits if they can't afford a lawyer. This is helpful because lawyers can be very expensive. Essentially, it's like having a robot lawyer to help you out. Now, let's talk about Midjourney V5. Straight away, let's just jump right in at what people have been generating with Midjourney V5. Here's a funny image using V5 where we put Joe Biden at a pizza competition. The image turned out great and detailed, and it's easy to recognize him. And here, it's even better. He's actually eating the pizza. The image looks realistic, with detailed faces and recognizable features, and captures the humorous scene of Biden eating the pizza. Here we have a very, very realistic photo of a girl in close-up. This could be easily mistaken for a real person's photograph. The eyes look good too, which was a problem in Midjourney V4. Image is excellent and a big improvement over the previous version. Look at these images right here. This is just mind-boggling. Especially this one with the window reflection is just crazy. Here are some Snoop Dogg pics generated by V5. Here are more great examples of how V5 is getting better at recognizing famous people's face structure. This model seems to be the best at creating realistic images of famous people, so we can expect more of these to come out in the future. Here's a comparison between the two versions of Midjourney. On the left is V4, and on the right is the V5 image. And you can see there's a noticeable difference between the two images. V5 has more dynamic range, which means it captures more detail in both the light and dark part than V4. Here's another example of a Nike sneaker. The V4 one looks a bit more polished, but has less contrast and detail. But overall, the V5 one is more realistic and detailed than V4. Midjourney version 5 is currently only available on one of their premium plans to access it. You can either add --V5 to the end of any prompt to get that version of the image, or set it as your default version, going to the settings and selecting Midjourney version 5. Just so you know, V5 is currently in its alpha state, which means it's not yet in its final production form. I will make a detailed video of how to use Midjourney V5 to get this kind of ultra-realistic images, so subscribe and turn the notifications on to not miss any new videos. And for the time being, if you are interested to create this kind of V5-like ultra photo realistic images using V4 for free, then you have to watch this video right here, and I will see you in the next one.